Hey Cloud GG community, I'm Stephen Cornish and I'm here to tell you that it's finally time to book our first GeForce NOW powered by Pentanet playdate. On this edition of Checkpoint, we'll be revealing everything about the upcoming beta play, which includes an actual precise, this is really happening commencement date. We've been blown away by the responses to our beta quests. Thank you all so much for believing in us and our mission to elevate the state of gaming in Australia. You guys completed an insane amount of quests, around 125,000, and that effort has helped us understand the needs of so many different gamers and gave us a perfect roadmap for an Australia-wide release of GeForce NOW. Let's talk the beta play selection criteria. We'll be adding a small batch of players to the service initially and adding larger groups of testers every few days. This will allow us to push and test the capability and capacity of the platform on Australian networks. With this in mind, here is how we are selecting beta players. Firstly, your XP is the most important selection factor. The majority of the first group of testers will come from those with the highest XP, and throughout our entire beta selection, player XP levels will always be considered. The remaining allocation of players in the first batch and the groups we bring on in the days and weeks following will be selected on the basis of adding variety to the testing pool. The data you provided in the beta quests will directly help us choose players that cover as many different circumstances as possible. So we can select people who play different types of games on different networks using different devices in many locations. Including a diverse set of players is super important for stress testing our system. With that out of the way, let's get into the beta play experience and how it will work. The big news, you will all be testing with RTX capability switched on. This means the highest level of graphical experience available for PCs and latest gen consoles will work on whatever device you choose to play on, if the title supports it. Our community has already responded in a massive way, and I'm excited to see where you all take this next request, and that is to game creatively. We want you to take your GeForce NOW to all the places your rigs and consoles struggle to go. We want to know how it plays on your phone and even your oldest laptop. We want you to take it where you never thought possible, to the park, friends' houses, or maybe even try launching a game during some boring work meeting. If you're on the platform and you see the green icon that indicates your signal is strong enough for gameplay, get playing and tell us how you go. As a beta player, we are opening the doors for you to play the entire library of ever-growing titles supported by GeForce NOW. That means you'll be able to connect to Steam, Epic, GOG, or any other compatible marketplaces for PC to play titles you already own. Each player can access all the free titles included with GeForce NOW powered by Pentanet. The message for beta play is clear. Have fun and experience this new way to game. We'll be updating Cloud GG with a dedicated beta page containing all you need to know to get started as a GeForce NOW beta tester. So please check this if you've been tapped. We'll be welcoming your feedback and comments, all of which can be delivered directly in the new community forums, which are accessible via the Cloud GG portal once you have received your beta play invitation. Keep in mind we'll need your patience and understanding during this period, as nothing is ever perfect at first pass, and we'll be doing everything we can to test, optimize and debug so our service can perform at its best. Another thing to be aware of is that the beta play user experience will vary. You might have high-speed internet located right next to a server, or you might have potato internet and live as far as possible from our servers. Our job is to test both of these connections and everything in between to know the limits of cloud gaming. Now the exciting news, the date for beta play. If you are selected, you'll be able to log in and play from September 22. That's right, from next week, the first batch of Australian beta testers will experience the future of gaming. We anticipate that beta play will run for about a month, concluding mid-October. Those selected in the first round will be notified when the beta goes live, with new users added regularly. If you don't get an email at the end of next week, we suggest checking your inbox every few days. Thanks for tapping into this edition of Checkpoint, and stick around for the special post-credit scene for your first look at GeForce NOW from our own internal playtesting earlier this week. Until then, I'll be enjoying the perks of my job with a bit more internal testing. I hope to see you on GeForce NOW soon. Hey everyone, I'm here with Brad and Zach. We're just at my place at the moment playing some cloud gaming. We actually got the Perth servers all running and ticking last Friday, and we've had some time over the weekend to kind of play around with it. And we thought we'd just boot up cloud gaming on a few of our devices and start giving you guys the first look at it. So this is GeForce NOW, and this is running on a...
That's a 2019 Intel Mac.
Right.
So there's pretty much no graphical power in it at all.
I mean, it's a decent Mac. It's not a gaming computer. I've got Assassin's Creed Valhalla. So I've just launched the game through GeForce NOW, and what's actually happening at the data center, the hardware that we own and operate, it's got multiple seats, and every time someone logs on and starts a new session, they get put onto one of these seats
cool.
to play.
So what I'm looking at now is that the game's now launched.
Yep.
It looks as if you're running it natively.
Everything that's happening right now on my screen is in the cloud. I mean, everyone's pretty curious about the latency, what's the input-output lag. So if you can hear my mouse clicking, it's exactly the same as playing on a computer. All right, so we'll move on. We'll look at some other games. And I think that's one of the other benefits that I think people will realise once they start using it. Mostly every weekend when we're all gaming together and there's a new game, someone won't have it or two people won't have it and you'll have to wait for that person to download it. With GeForce NOW, you don't need to download the game. You're just launching it out of the cloud. Anyway, we'll launch up something else that's quite pretty, I guess. Watch Dogs.
Yeah, so this game is actually RTX supported, which is pretty exciting. One of the benefits of GFN is that the tech that we use actually does support real-time ray tracing, which means that like lighting effects in games are absolutely insane.
Oh, again, I haven't played it. I literally, all I do is play League of Legends and Skyrim. Yeah, so we'll finish up with the desktop and laptop experience, and I'm keen to give everyone a sense of what it's like on the Kishi and on the phone.
Yeah, so I'm just booting up Tom Clancy's Rainbow Six.
So you're in game?
I'm in game. We're on a plane and we've got, we need to secure the plane. So I'll zoom in and then shoot. It is instant. That is just, and the movement, there is no delay whatsoever.
When you're playing online games competitively, whether it's Counter-Strike or League of Legends, if you're like under 60 milliseconds, you're playing competitively.
Yeah.
Like everything you do is instantaneous online, whether if someone's 60 milliseconds away or whatever. This is way below any of those numbers. Well, yeah, as much as I'd love to just play games for the rest of the day, we'll need to obviously move on and get ready for the e-beta coming up. But yeah, thanks for coming around, thanks for tuning in, and really looking forward to getting it in everyone's hands so you guys can see all this for yourself. Cheers, guys.